And you see when you get involved in YouTube and you're dealing with content creators, you see these content creators where they try to make these competitions that don't exist. If I do a show on associates, let's just say, then they'll try to do a show on associates and say they know more and they do more. I couldn't give a shit. I don't care what any of them do. It's not what I'm here for. I don't do podcasts on the mob like these guys do, which to me is ridiculous. But I don't do those kind of things. So I couldn't care what they do. And for me, I'm going to be honest, folks. I look at credibility of people. And that's what I weigh their words by. So if people are talking about things and they're talking about things that I may agree with, but if I look at what they've done in the past, whether they were friends with informants, taking pictures with informants, hanging out with informants, hosting informants, at one time talking on phones with informants, their credibility means nothing to me. So anything they say or try to do, it doesn't mean anything. It really don't, because to me, that's somebody, it's just whatever's convenient for the time. 5 years ago, they're hanging out with informants. Today, they're anti-informant. 5 years from now, they'll be pro-informant again. So you can't really get vested with that kind of information because you already know where it's coming from. It is an unstable foundation. It's all about foundation, right? Think about when I started WePushBack and a bunch of morons tried doing this WePushBack. Where did that go? Why? Foundation. Look at the foundation. Look at the characters involved. And that's why with me, what WePushBack, I made it just me. Because I got to be able to rely on what I could do, not what other people could do. Just what I could do. So you always got to go by the stability of the foundation. Who's putting the information out there? Who now is a big rat hunter that 2 years ago was putting every rat known to man on the internet? Every snitch known to man on the internet? Every informant known to man, hosting them, talking with them, interacting with them, having phone calls with them, guiding them, giving them advice. Come on now. Do you think that's a strong foundation? Do you think that's somebody that really believes anything? How could they believe anything? How could you feel that strongly about something in one breath, and in the next breath, you're fine with interacting with somebody you're supposedly so against? If you're so against informants, how can you interact with them at any level? You can't. That just means at the core of it, you're not that against it, which is fine. It's no big deal. I'm not here to tell people be against informants. See, that's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think, oh, Dominic, the second you say you're anti-informant, he's your friend. Not true at all. Couldn't care. I weigh the character. There's a lot of people who say anti-informant that I wouldn't cross the street with. Not my type of people. Because in one breath they're saying anti-informant, in the next breath they're hanging out with chats with informants. They're being cordial to them. They're on screen with them. They're engaging with them. Come on. How serious is that, folks? One thing about me, like it or hate it, day one, in my personal life and on here, same thing. I don't engage with informants. I won't go in chats with informants. I won't hang out with people who host informants. I won't compliment people who are friends with informants. Not for me. I have a very strong line. That's me. I'm sure people think I'm whacked out of my mind. Don't care. But you know who don't think I'm whacked out of my mind? My circles. The ones that matter in life. The real circles. The people that I interact with, that I engage with. They're on the same page with me. So when they're on the same page with me, I'm good to go. When people I care about are on the same page with me, I know I'm in the right space. And that's why I actually take pleasure when I get these morons, these enablers and the informants as well, who try to abuse me, insult me, and attack me. That's right where I need to be. That's right where I need to be. I can't say it enough. They should never say anything nice about me. I can't say it enough. I actually say it so much, it nauseates me because it's the truth. That's how I feel. If they said something good about me, I would think I'm doing something wrong. I completely stand for opposite what they're about. They're flip-flop. They go back and forth. One day they hate them, one day they like them. There's no in-between with me. There's no gray line. It's black and white. I don't like them, won't interact with them, won't engage with them. Very simple. If you host them, if you platform, if you enable them, if you give them a voice to attack people, to lie, don't want nothing to do with you either. Just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. And you get the ones on the podcast, they go on, they think they're doing groundbreaking information, talking about organized crime history, what goes on. This, okay, great, maybe that's your thing. To me, it's not my interest. It's not my interest. And I'm not insulting it, it's just not my interest, not something for me. I remember a while ago, somebody was saying, oh, Dominic wants to take down all those channels that talk about organized crime. Not too bright to even think that. First off, there's probably tens of thousands of channels. Second off, I couldn't give a shit. It's not my business. I don't watch it, don't want to know about it, don't care about it. It's not my forte. But what I find amazing is when these people do that, where they're like these historians, supposedly, they think they're actually an authority on the topic because they're a historian. That doesn't equate to me. What, because you read about it? You read about it? You heard from some informants about it? You're an expert now? You have some kind of opinion that supersedes everybody else's? Nah, not at all. Not impressed by it. And to me, honestly, those shows do a lot of damage. Those shows talk about people's business. They have a lot of information that's wrong. They're putting business out there of people. They're putting people on the radar that didn't ask to be put on the radar. And they're talking about their business. So I have no respect when people talk about other people, talk about, oh, this is where this guy lived. This is his house. This is what he did. I have no respect for that. I look at it very personally. You're invading somebody's personal space. Yeah, I know. I understand. They're a public figure in your definition. In mine, they're not. In my definition, they're a defendant who had a case, was accused of being organized crime, and they're either in jail, they're out, or they're dead. I don't know how that makes them a public figure. They didn't ask to be a public figure. They're not signing autographs. They're not out there trying to do interviews and make themselves a public figure. They're just a regular person who's a defendant who has a label. And now all these podcasters, they exploit that. They talk about their family, they talk about their history, they talk about nonsense facts, and they think they're an expert on organized crime. Imagine that's on your resume. What do you do? I'm an expert in organized crime. What the fuck? I'd like, okay, next. I mean, is that what they put on their resumes? I'm curious, YouTuber, organized crime expert. Podcaster, organized crime expert. Great, really good. Go write some books.